Alright, today, boys, the plan is very simple. Look how far I can hit things from. That's so cool. The plan is very simple. First things first, we're going to need to get the 3D crafter set up. I've already pulled down this miniaturization field because I did a couple of things between episodes, actually. What I did is I'm going to move this over to here, so we'll have all of our seeds growing just in front of our house. It might be a little bit laggy, but I don't think the end game of this pack is going to be so lag intensive that it'll be a huge issue for my computer. I have a pretty beefy computer, i7 9700K and a GTX 1070 Ti that should be able to handle Minecraft. But yeah, some things that I did between episodes. What happened is I automated this elven portal. We can now say, hey, give me some pixie. Oh, that's not how you spell pixie. Sorry, it's real early in the morning. Give me some pixie dust. It'll go into there. It'll get created and then shoved back in the ME system. Perfect. Just another dropper and collector system just like that. And over here for the blood altar, like I said I would do during the episode, I actually did in between episodes. I threw a little ME interface on this chest. Things get shoved into here and then sucked back out, and everything is perfect. I actually removed arcane stone from this altar for the time being because I'm going to set up a second dedicated altar for passive slate crafting, and this will just be our on-demand altar. I can't remember if I said this already, but I pulled down the miniaturization field because I already made all of the miniaturization components we need for the 3D crafter. So let me go ahead and rip this down and move it over there. It should be pretty simple to do actually, and I'll just hide these conduits. I'm not going to rip them up because they're kind of underground anyways. And alright, there we go. This should be a basically permanent addition to our place. And eventually I'll probably make more inferium seeds so I can compress this down into just one seed, but for now it's doing quite a good job, and it's not making any sound because I made a sound dampener. How much inferium do we actually have in here? 207,000 pieces. That should be more than enough for the time being. And does this even go in here? It does, but I literally don't need it for anything, I don't think. Yeah, not in this pack. Now, let me go ahead and get this mana dust ready because I set up the blood altar. I also threw in a recipe for the blood infused glowstone, and we have a bunch of Salus Mundus. We can craft pixie dust, we can craft pulverized mana infused metal, we have a bunch of stardust. I just need to get these four going. The only thing of these recipes that I don't have right now, or a way to make right now, is the snowballs. So let me make a glacial precipitator real quick. I think I'm just going to put the glacial precipitator right here, and it's already making snowballs. I just need to throw some conduits in here and tell it to extract on blue, I think. Yep, so those should be going into here as soon as I lay down the basic drawer. I made some endervores, don't actually need them because we're just using the water for our obsidian system, which is still so slow. But you know, it's making me obsidian slowly. It's got 755, even though I let it run overnight. That's enough for now. Alright, I went ahead and set up this crusher right here, which makes me niter, and then put in everything that I need for mana dust. So I should just be able to say, hey, make me, I don't think I can make it 100 right now because I'm lacking on stardust, but say, hey, make me 32 of this, and it will say, hey, you don't have a big enough CPU, and I will upgrade my CPUs. Or I guess I could just, you know, craft 16 of them instead of 32, and that should go. It's just a bunch of crafting steps, that's why it's so much. It doesn't actually take all of that long. And yeah. So I'll wait for this to go, and I'll be right back. And I have managed to gather my first 2 mana dust, so let's complete that quest. Perfect. I wonder what the quest reward actually is. 8 mana dust, I forgot, I said that last time. And that gives me a bunch of mana dust initially. So what we can get started on is Lithorite. Lithorite, and I guess making an assembler, which is super cheap. And then they're proud of me. How nice, how nice, how nice. Tier 1 Void Ore Miner. How do I make Lithorite? This is the problem. So I can make it in the crystallizer. It's 1-to-1, which makes it unbelievably more expensive. Or I could make it in the crystal pulling crucible, which requires argon, and it's a 4-to-1 ratio for empowered emeradic and mana dust to Lithorite. In order to make argon, I am going to need one of a couple of things, probably this Essentia centrifuge, which I actually can't make yet, so I can cryogenic distill. Is this a feasible thing to do? That looks obnoxious. Cooled air comes from the heat exchanger. Is the heat exchanger viable? Looks like it. Refined air comes from compressed air. Oh man. Actually, it's not that bad. I can use the nuclear craft centrifuge, which we can now make because we can make tough alloy. I've actually been able to make this for a while, but I haven't, like, needed it yet. So we get compressed air from an atmosphere collector, which is also made with some advanced plating and tough alloy and all that kind of stuff. But it's everything that we can already make. So let me go ahead and actually pivot slightly. And we're going to set up the 3D crafter, because in order to make these things, I'm going to need some machine chassis, which have to be miniaturized. Alright, well, about half an hour and a bunch of crafting recipes later, I actually have everything I need right here in order to make the 3D crafter. At this point, I've progressed so much further past like the bare minimum for this that this was actually very, very simple. So let me go ahead and try and set it up. Let me figure out the dimensions as well, so I can try and fit it into this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 across, which is barely gonna fit right here. I might have to expand the platform just a little bit. Kind of a weird multi-block structure. There is no bottom, at least from what I can tell, and I don't believe I have the blocks to put a bottom in here. So yeah, I've got to build up these casings now, and they're a little bit obnoxious because the pattern is a little bit stupid, but I'm gonna do this and then I'll be back and we can probably test this thing right on out. And here we go. This is the 3D crafter. It's actually got a very pretty structure. It opens a little thing on the inside, and it says structure found. We do have to put the blueprint in there, a little bit unfortunately, but actually not that bad. Now I'm just gonna need to grab an interface and move. Actually, wait, I already have an interface for miniaturization. I should just be able to grab it over here, because I've just been throwing stuff into a chest and then, pulling it out and putting it over there. Well, now Andrew is definitely thanking past Andrew, because apparently he made a bunch of extra chassis at some point, but I still want to test my miniaturization. Let's actually try to make a bonsai pot. I'll make like 2 of these, and it will say no crafting CPUs available because I'm making 2 things right now. Now let's try and make a couple of these. Nice and simple. I will test. Actually, I won't test. I will. What am I saying? I'm sorry. It's so early in the morning. I'm going to go over here and see if this machine ever turns on and just how fast it is. Alright, so one set of items has been shoved in here. I took out the paper just so I can actually see it myself. What we should see is it should get the structure and slowly begin crafting. That's actually very slow, but it's okay because we can upgrade this machine later on. Let's wait for it to finish processing, get shoved in here, and hopefully sent into the ME system. I was kind of hoping there'd be some fun animation in there, but that would be a lot of work. So it looks like we've just finished one, and now I should just have a bonsai pot in here. Super nice. I'm also going to need to put in some more recipes for things like machine frames and that kind of stuff, but that will come soon. So, have I ever mentioned how much I absolutely adore conduits? Just look at that. 3 different things all running in the same space. Items are being sent over to here. There's ender fluid conduits here, ME conduits, energy conduits. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Anyways, here is our setup for producing argon, as well as helium, neon, oxygen, and nitrogen, but we're going to back stuff on argon because that's what's going to be used right now. In fact, actually though, I think I might as well just say void access for everything. It's only using 1000 RF per tick, and this also probably doesn't use like any energy per tick, so we should kind of just be big chillin'. What about this? So our base production is about 25k RF a tick, just with like all the simulation chambers and stuff running. Those are very expensive. I believe, oh, that was a big lag spike. We probably peak somewhere above 50,000, but since there's extra energy in the conduit system itself, we're good for now, but we should probably think about energy soon enough. Anyways, let's go ahead and set up the crystal pulling crucible, and we can make some Lithorite. Alright, so it's also been another minute. I feel like I'm getting a lot done in this episode. I've expanded our platform a little bit, added another thing over here, or another P2P channel over here, because we're running out of channels on some of these other ones. I think this one also, let me check really quickly. Only 21, but we'll probably call it a day for this line, and we'll make a new line over here, and we can fill this up with a ton of different machines. First things first, we need this crystal pulling crucible, and I'm trying to currently figure out how to get this argon that I made into this thing, because it literally makes no sense to me at all. Activate? No? Because the conduit doesn't connect. I think I need something called a transposer to put it into there, but I'm not entirely sure. Alright, I managed to get it to work. I'm not entirely sure how or why it took quite this long, but I think we should have everything we need. The argon is now in here. I need a transposer. It's pumping out of the orange for some reason. I guess that orange, stands for exit, but it doesn't seem to be consistent. It's also been a couple months since I played with rock hounding, so that's probably also a thing. I'll put that there, and that should push into here, and then I guess I'll probably extract out of the bottom. Let me figure that out. And alright, here we go. I haven't placed a recipe in here yet, but I did want to make sure that these slots are locked up. So, and oh, by the way, they are locked up. I don't need a filter in here. So if I just activate this, it will begin cooking me a little bit of Lithorite, which I assume I can just suck out of the bottom and then shove into this right here. 1, 2, bam, bam, and come on. It's so close. Oh, okay, there we go. It's finally pulling out. It's getting to heat. Okay, and then it will do the process. Hopefully all of our argon stuff is still working just fine. And very, very soon, there we go, some Lithorite. Okay, and it should be in our system now. Perfect, let's grab it and complete the quest. Oh, I also need to make the assembler. Let me make the assembler really quickly and complete the quest. And there we go, perfect. Let me now, 4 extra Lithorite crystals, incredible. Refining life essence. So it says we're supposed to do the Mark of the Falling Tower. I'm not sure for what. I'm also supposed to do this in order to open up the end of the chapter, but we're probably going to skip over onto the tier 1 void ore miners because that will be nice. Let me go ahead and shove a recipe in for the Lithorite crystals just so we can start shoving in recipes for the various environmental tech machines. I need to make one more machine. It's the separator. This will go just like this. It uses almost no power. We need to make uranium from this. It makes uranium 238 and some 235 out of just straight uranium, and I need this for the DU plating. So this should shove into here, then I just need to conduit everything out, and now I should be in the home stretch of making this stuff. Actually, I think I've already have everything in the ME system to do this. The connector is the main thing. This is the DU plating right here. It's not that bad of a recipe, just a little bit, you know, we're gonna need the separator, so perfect. Might as well test it, I suppose. We'll make 1 uranium 235. That should make 9 of the other uraniums. Kind of slow, but let's let it go faster. And gets the job done. Things get sucked out. Perfect. Alright, so I put in all the recipes for the void ore miners, and I'm gonna go mining because I don't have quite enough resources for these structure panels and structure frames. They are quite expensive, mostly coming in the form of these bad boys. These use a lot of resources, so yeah, I gotta go mine some stuff. I ordered laser cores and 2 void ore miners, so we should be getting those at some point. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'll wait for these crafts to finish, and we should be in a good place once we can get these 2 up and running. Also, remember to replace your energy input hatches occasionally because some of these recipes require a ton of energy, and I did not have enough at the moment. I also had to disconnect my simulation chambers just for the time being so I could manage to run some of these assembling recipes for the connectors, I believe. Okay, remember when I said I'd only spend a couple hours on each episode? Yeah, it's been a little while, but that's perfectly fine, because guess what I have? It was just a lot of waiting and a lot of mining, and we're about to have infinite everything, because I have 2 void ore miners. I believe this is everything for 2 void ore miners, so we should be in a really good way. Let me find a place to set these guys up. Let me look at their max tier expansion because I don't want to have to move them ever, basically. And yeah, I think they're probably gonna go like right over here or something, but we'll see. For the moment, these are going to be very off the ground, but that was a mistake. They're going to be very off the ground, but at their top tier, they should be just hovering about a block above the ground, and maybe, I forgot to count there, I'm gonna go back down. They should be about a block above the ground and just kind of looking very pretty. So I'm gonna put one over here, one just a little bit further over there. The maximum size is 13 by 13 by 8. So this is like 10 blocks above the ground and it should be perfect. Now I think yes, I do this. I still need to change my name from the time when that person stole my account, and that should be the structure complete, right? Yeah, that looks correct. That took not quite a little bit more than half my blocks, actually. Oh no. Do I need... Oh, I might need to make a couple more structure panels. And there we go, everybody. Void ore miners up and running, connected to energy, just outputting into medium storage crates because the chances that these guys fill these things up in the next little while is basically, you know, non-existent. And I have 2 of them running, so they should both slowly begin producing me good stuff. What we want is the Lithorite and Erodium. I don't know how much we're going to get before I record the next episode because I kind of want to record it like later this afternoon. I've been trying to record 2 videos per day since I literally have nothing to do at this point in time. I'm just sort of training for the track season and, you know, playing some games, doing some research, so... it is only about an hour since the last episode. I didn't record. I edited and uploaded the video for today. I'm about 3-ish videos ahead, and it's time to start recording the next one. So what we're gonna do, because, you know, I think environmental tech is a great pack, but I don't want to wait like 24 hours to get enough erodium. I know there's a recipe in here, but like, come on, dude. Come on, dude. That's terrible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, look at that. I got 2 stacks of erodium crystals? That's crazy, bro. It just happened out of nowhere. The luck was insane. I got like 16 Lithorites and like 2 and some change stacks of erodium crystals. Nice. Alright, here we go, the tier 2 void ore miner, and we will probably not upgrade this for a little while, because we're going to let it run and collect resources. It uses 3000 RF per tick, and only takes 320 ticks per operation, which is actually not that bad. That is assembled. Big lag spike. Let me go assemble the other one, and then we ought to be good to get working on the processing for these things. I went ahead and placed the drawer up there where I want it to be, and I have 16 basic drawers that are the 2x2 kind, which will be enough to hold all of the items, and then we'll send them to another place to be processed, then we'll put them in more drawers for eternal storage and all that kind of stuff. But I don't really want to work on this stuff anymore without having flight. So let's do some trials. These should be really, ooh, Blaze Invaders. We probably don't want that. We probably don't want that. That one looks fine. And I'm just gonna kill these guys really quickly, because they should be, you know, basically all one-shots for me. And I'll be right back. And there we go. I get 5 glitch hearts for that. Oh, it sounds like there's more zombies around somewhere. I get 5 glitch hearts. This will turn into some amount. So this will be 15. I think I need to do one more raid. I don't think seriously, as soon as I press the record button, I don't think I explained what I'm doing. I am making the glitch armor set because if you have the full set, it gives you flight, which is, you know, pretty cool. It's also like very good armor. I think it's slightly better than diamond. Anyways, I have 24, which is exactly enough to make 1 set of armor, and I just need to throw this in some water with lapis and gold. Okay, here we go. I think it's pretty instant. Yeah, it's basically the same as the applied energistics transforming. So now I have 24 of these. I should just be able to craft the armor now. Actually, it's slightly more complicated than that. We need some blood crystals, which are made in the blood altar with some pristine matter powder. Luckily, we have a bunch of pristine matter now, which is super cool. So I just shove this junk into here. I'll just say, hey, you're allowed to have 1 in there. Put that in there, and we should begin crafting the blood crystals. Perfect. It should be fairly... Ooh, it's actually incredibly fast. Okay, I'll throw this into here, and it should get sucked up into our ME system. Hopefully this will craft just fine. Alright, here we go. This is the helmet, and I'll craft up all of them. Not gonna make you watch because the altar is quite slow. And there we go. I can now say goodbye to all of this stuff. I'm not gonna keep the block reach. I actually didn't really like it that much anyways, but now we have literally exactly creative flight, which is so nice. This pack has been, like, obviously it's a very high-tech pack, but it progresses very slowly. Usually you get creative flight, I would say, a little bit faster than, you know, I have now, but you get a jetpack of some sort or something like that. But no jetpacks in this pack unless you want the mechanism one. And yeah, here we go. Now I can go in here and say, actually put this stuff where I want it to be without having to deal with, you know, pillaring and all that kind of stuff. Alright, there we go. This is our ore wall so far. As of now, having this thing running for, I don't know, 15 or so minutes, I have gotten 44 of the 46 possible items from the tier 2 void manor. So I've just got to wait and let these medium storage crates sit here for just a little while longer, and then eventually I will turn these into the controller slaves. In fact, I'm going to throw the controller slaves just down over up here so I don't forget to change them out eventually. At this point, we have 2 options. I can go to the moon or do the Mark of the Falling Tower ritual. I'm not doing any more magic than I absolutely have to do. I don't really like magic, I prefer tech. So we're going to go to the moon because we need to get the iridium ore. We're also going to need to make some advanced machine casings, which I should literally just be able to craft. So let me go ahead and see if I can put the recipes in for these. It's raining again. It's insane. Alright, so we just ran out of spaces in our molecular assemblers, so I went ahead and crafted up 32 more of them, and immediately after finishing crafting all of these, I realized, hey, we can just add pattern cards into our existing molecular assemblers, and that would do perfectly fine. Probably I will never upgrade add more molecular assemblers and ME interfaces. From now on, I'll just go through and add acceleration cards into these bad boys and pattern storage cards into these bad boys. But, you know, mistakes were made, and now we just have a bunch of molecular assemblers. Perfectly fine with me. I went ahead and made a couple of upgrades. I now have a full speed pulverizer instead of that big crusher that was super slow. I also have a compactor for plates and a compactor for gears. All of these are fully upgraded. They use an unbelievable amount of RF per tick, but yeah, it's fine. I'll get more power soon enough. So what else did I do? I think I put in all the recipes for the advanced machine casings as well. So I need 34 of these, and I need to smelt up some silver, sodalite, and crush up some emeralds. Ooh. Wait. Oh, I never made the recipe for a nichrome plate. That's why I ended up making the compactor. Apparently the compactor cannot be made on the plate press, so the nichrome plates cannot be made on the plate press, so I needed to make the compactor for it. Okay, here are the advanced machine casings in the industrial blast furnace. We have 3880 heat. That is way more than we will ever need for any process in this pack, so we should just be good to go. And the last thing we need to do is sort of head on going to the moon. I thought I had collected some iridium at some point from some chests, but I might have used it for something. I'm not entirely sure, but let's go to the moon. And here we go. This is the assembled-ish structure tower. We basically just had everything ready to go for the rocket assembly machine. I do need to get some RF over to this. Oh, come on. Instead of running a power line all the way over there, I decided I'm just going to put my rocket tower right here. It may be temporary because we might just set up a teleport on the moon at some point, but I think for now we're probably just going to take it up and down. Okay, it's official. My rushing earlier in the pack is finally starting to, it's starting to hurt a little bit. So I never actually made a distillation tower because I didn't need to when I was in the early game of this pack, and now we're gonna have to make one. Also, I have no idea how we're supposed to make rocket fuel. Am I supposed to make multiple chemical reactors in order to mix these like TBU fluoride and salt stuff and go through this entire process, or is there just like an easier way? Because it says like rocket fuel, and that's the only type of rocket fuel unless I can use the Ender IO rocket fuel, which I'm going to attempt to do. Well, I really did want to play Multiblock Madness. Anyways, that is the structure for the distillation tower. I need to whack it somewhere and it will form. I have literally no idea where I'm supposed to whack it, but I'll figure it out in a second. And there we go, that's the rolling machine. I'm not gonna lie, I know I'm skipping a lot of things, a lot of crafting, like I normally probably wouldn't, and this video is going to be a lot longer than the 3 or 4 hours of recording I normally do, but I'm kind of just done. I just want to finish this chapter, and I don't know why I have to make a whole machine to make literally steel sheets. Why can't they just be steel plates? There's steel plates right here. I mean, I know it just like adds complexity, but the rolling machine doesn't really do anything. It makes these sheets that make nothing. Like, why would I ever need a copper sheet? Copper sheet's not used for anything. Titanium sheet, area gravity controller, why would I ever need that? I'm never gonna make a better tank. I don't know. Like, come on, dude. And if you just wanted to be like, oh, he's just going on a rant, Andrew's just going on a rant again because he's angry or playing the game. Look at this. This is the rolling machine. It's gone. Like, it's entirely gone. I have no idea why. Come on. No, it doesn't want to form the block anymore? Okay. What's wrong with this? Can it not be there? It can't be there. These cannot be here. Oh, come on, dude. Seriously? And it won't work if I place them there again. So I probably can't even place the torch there. I'll just put the torch right there. And this can go into here. And let's try again. It said it sent the blocks, so I guess we just lost some materials. Let me see. Order it again. I need 12 of these. And let's see if it works. Did it send items into here? It did. And it looks like they got cut. The items got used. Did they go into the output? Did they go into here? Where are they going? My items literally just got 8, like 3 or 4 times, so the propellant tanks just got cheated in. And I'm assuming this is kind of how it wants me to build my rocket. We'll put the guidance computer in the center, just like that, and seat on top of that, and I believe that is a functional rocket. We should be able to, like, scan it now, right? Okay, it's being scanned, and hopefully it tells me it's perfectly good. Clear for liftoff. It's actually a very good rocket. Our acceleration is not very fast, our weight is not very fast, but our thrust is very, very good, much better than we need. So we need to build the rocket, and I believe we can just speed this up like that, I think. And this should form it into an entity that we can now sit in. Perfect. And since we have this little guidance computer in here, we can select a destination with a planet ship. I think I need to craft one of these up. I believe we just want to go into the planet list, select Luna, and then wait, we should be able to see our, this is unprogrammed. Do we put this in here first and then we select a destination like that? I say select, and now it's programmed for Luna. Okay, now we just need to get some rocket fuel on this thing. Alright guys, I've done a little bit of looking into it, and it appears as though we are going to have to make rocket fuel. That means we are going to need to go through a lot of these nuclear craft things, but this is new nuclear craft. This is nuclear craft, like overhauled or something? I don't know. We will figure it out next time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and next time I promise you I will stop teasing you with iridium. I didn't think rocket fuel would be difficult to make, though I think it is the beginning of our nuclear craft, quantum Minecraft dynamics, all that kind of stuff progression right now. We did get a fair bit done today, and we will continue getting more done very soon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe leave a like or something. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.